The story of Osiris is a central myth in ancient Egyptian mythology, often referred to as the Osiris Myth. It deals with themes of death, resurrection, and the eternal cycle of life. Early life of Osiris. In the timeless expanse of ancient Egypt, the sky goddess Nut and the earth god Geb brought forth four divine children: Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. Among them, Osiris was destined for greatness. He exuded wisdom and benevolence, qualities that endeared him to both the gods and the people of Egypt. His sister and wife, Isis, matched him in wisdom and magical prowess, forming a powerful duo. Osiris's golden reign. Under Osiris's rule, Egypt flourished. He taught the people the secrets of agriculture, initiating the cultivation of wheat and barley. He introduced laws and religious practices, transforming the land into a beacon of prosperity and harmony. His subjects adored him, and his fame spread far and wide. But in the shadow of this golden era, jealousy festered. Seth's growing envy. Seth, the god of chaos and the desert, watched his brother's success with increasing bitterness. He resented Osiris's popularity and the peace he brought to Egypt. Seth's heart darkened with envy, and he began to plot Osiris's downfall. The sinister plan. Seth's cunning knew no bounds. He secretly measured Osiris's body and commissioned a magnificent chest, crafted to fit his brother perfectly. Then, Seth threw a lavish banquet, inviting Osiris and other gods. The air was filled with laughter and music, but beneath the mirth lay a sinister plot. The fatal feast. At the height of the feast, Seth unveiled the ornate chest, announcing that it would belong to whoever could fit inside it perfectly. One by one, the guests tried, but none succeeded. When Osiris, trusting and unsuspecting, lay down in the chest, Seth and his conspirators slammed the lid shut and sealed it with molten lead. The room fell silent as they carried the chest to the Nile and cast it into the river, where it was swept away by the current. Isis's heartbreak and resolve. When Isis learned of Osiris's disappearance, her heart shattered, but her grief quickly turned to determination. Disguised as a mortal, she embarked on a perilous journey, scouring the lands and waters for her husband's body. Her quest was fraught with dangers and false leads, but she pressed on, driven by love and desperation. The discovery in Byblos. After a long and arduous search, Isis tracked the chest to Byblos, where it had washed ashore and become embedded in the trunk of a great tree. The tree had been cut down and used as a pillar in the palace of the king of Byblos. Through cunning and perseverance, Isis gained the trust of the king and queen, eventually revealing her divine nature and reclaiming the chest. A temporary reprieve. Back in Egypt, Isis, with the help of her sister Nephthys, Anubis, and Thoth, performed the first-ever mummification using potent spells to temporarily revive Osiris. Their reunion was brief but poignant, and they conceived a son, Horus. However, Osiris's resurrection was incomplete, and he could not remain among the living. Osiris's descent to the underworld. Osiris descended into the Duat, the Egyptian underworld, where he became its ruler. As the god of the afterlife, he presided over the judgment of souls, ensuring that the righteous were rewarded and the wicked punished. His reign in the underworld established the cycle of death and rebirth, bringing hope of eternal life to all Egyptians. The rise of Horus. Meanwhile, Isis hid young Horus from Seth's wrath, raising him in secrecy in the marshes of the Nile Delta. As Horus grew, he trained for the inevitable confrontation with his uncle. He was guided by the wisdom of his mother and the teachings of Thoth. When he came of age, Horus challenged Seth for the throne. The battle between Horus and Seth was epic, filled with twists and turns, victories and defeats, stretching over many years. The epic battle. The conflict between Horus and Seth was marked by constant shifts in fortune. At one point, Seth gouged out Horus's eye, depriving him of his sight and symbolically his power. However, with the help of Thoth, Horus's eye was restored, becoming the powerful Eye of Horus, a symbol of protection and healing. The gods themselves were divided, with some supporting Seth and others backing Horus. The conflict raged on, threatening to plunge Egypt into chaos. In a dramatic turn, Isis intervened, capturing Seth but then releasing him, showing mercy that angered Horus. The gods convened to decide the rightful ruler, leading to intense debates and divine trials. The triumph of Horus. Ultimately, Horus emerged victorious, not through sheer force but through wisdom, perseverance, and justice. His victory restored order to